What's up everybody and welcome back to Weekly Retro Stuff, where we bring you a brief highlight of cool things going on in the retro communities across the internet, with new episodes coming out every Friday. If you hear about cool things going on, let me know and I'll do my best to cover it. This is episode 40. Yeah, episode 40. Just let that sink in for a moment. 40 weeks of retro news. 10 months? I don't know math. But whatever. Let's just jump right into it. A new milestone. A new milestone. I can't say milestone now. A new milestone has been reached for the Chameleon Twist 100% US category. A streamer and runner who goes by Cyanidegunner has been putting a ton of work into this game, with their first submitted time to SRC on June 7th, 2021. That submission was for the any percent category and the time was a 15:48. By May of 2022, they decided to switch it up a bit. That's when they began running the 100% US category. And on June 2nd, 2023, they made history.
2952.
GG, man! GG! Yeah, dude!
Finally.
Yeah.
They became the first ever to achieve a sub 30-minute time in the 100% US category with a time of 29:52. Kumacon22 reached out to them about their accomplishment, and this is what they had to say. I started running the 100% category in May 2022. World record at the time was a 31:49, and as a whole, the category was insanely optimized. My first submitted run was a 37-something. I grinded the category on and off for about a year. Took extensive breaks due to health and IRL stuff. But during the breaks I was strat hunting. After optimizing the route a little, and finding some strats that were thought not doable at the time, I got my first world record at the end of May. After that I held it and continued optimizing throughout 2022. I lost it briefly in June of 2022, and then I started grinding for sub 30. Health issues took over again, so I did a week of streams, and then a 2-month break. Eventually I got back to the grind, and after 3 days I got the world's first sub 30 with a 29:52. It wasn't a perfect run, but it was a solid run. Huge congrats to Cyanidegunner. I used to play Chameleon Twist a lot as a kid. It was one of my favorite rentals. I didn't own it, but I would always rent it. And I remember when Chameleon Twist 2 came out, I was just as excited about that. If you don't know about this game, check it out. For the last month, our friend Darth-Tyriel85 has been on a hot streak in Dig Dug. May 3rd, 2023, they managed to get the world record for the one loop category in the arcade version with a time of 3 minutes, 46 seconds, and 934 milliseconds. Then just 5 days later, on May 8th, they took the world record in the Atari 2600 one loop category with a 352. On May 13th, they got the world record in the Atari 7800 one loop category with a 401. Just 5 days after that, they managed a 545 in the any percent category for the Game Boy, snagging that world record. On May 22nd, they took the world record in the Commodore 64 one-loop category with a 559. By May 29th, they had also grabbed the world record in the Game Boy any percent category with a 629. And last but not least, on May 29th, they took the world record in the Atari 5200 one-loop category with a 501 category, but they got a 501. No matter how I say category, they got a 501. That's 7 new world records in less than a month. Be sure to send Darth-Tyriel85 some love over on Twitch. About 7 months ago, a runner named Demiurgi picked up Werewolf the Last Warrior on NES. Their first submitted time to the any percent category was a 10:52 on November 13th, 2022. On June 3rd, 2023, they hit a huge milestone.
We got us up 10-10?
Finishing with a time of 10:09, they took the second place spot by 16 seconds. In their notes, they state, "Mediocre first stage in a slow juggernaut fight didn't give me the best start, but getting a semi-quick Thundercat kill for the first time helped a lot. Stage 4 wasn't great, but boss fight was pretty good, even though I didn't get the quick kill there. Lots of mistakes in the last stage, but at least Magneto didn't fight back too much. Really happy about a sub 10:10, which is really a big milestone for me. Finally closer to first than third. My long-term goal was to bridge the gap between first and second, and I finally did it. Still, I think I could shave off a few seconds. I'd like to be consistent with the third boss quick kills before I go for that though. 10:05 is probably the limit of how low I can go, but that requires quick kills with both 3rd and 4th level bosses. So it looks like they're going to continue pushing. That's super exciting. This is one of those games that I remember seeing the box art as a kid, and I thought it was so cool. We'd see it at rental places. I'd never actually played it. I saw it at Toys R Us, you know, staring behind the glass, looking in, trying to grab the right little ticket for the pouch. You know, Toys R Us days. It always looked like it was super fun. Plus, werewolves just look cool, but I've never played it. Maybe it's time that I change that. What's a game from your childhood that you remember seeing the box art and thinking that it looked really cool, but you never actually played? All right, let's do a garden update. So, we got some cherry tomatoes coming in. You see little babies there. Got some bigger ones down here, and then even bigger ones down here. Looking good. These are pumpkins. Pumpkins going on. And we got some jalapenos. You can see there. The jalapenos are starting to bud up. Hopefully we'll get some of those soon. Here we got some basil. It's starting to flower. I'm not sure if I should cut the flowers off. They kind of look nice. Our cilantro I had to cut way back because it was starting to flower. So it's looking a little hurt right now. There's the cilantro. We got oregano back here, also starting to flower. Unsure if I should cut that. Then here is our cucumber. We got this one gigantic cucumber chilling right here. Let's see if I can get in there. You can see it's a pretty nice cucumber. There's some more little ones coming in, like back there. You can see little baby. I don't know if it's gonna make it, but it exists. And last but not least, our sweet potatoes that are slowly doing their thing. And that's a garden update. A developer named Derek Pascarello released an English translation patch for Super Puzzle Fighter 2X on the Dreamcast. They posted it to Twitter on June 4th, 2023, and this is what they had to say. A quick and unexpected new English translation patch for the Sega Dreamcast, presenting a complete version of Super Puzzle Fighter 2X, building upon the original status information message translation by Comrade Snarky from Revive DC. This patch combines Comrade Snarky's work with a brand new hack by me that leverages the game's secret built-in language selector to bring players a 100% complete English language experience out of the box. A special thanks to Spike for pointing out the existence of the secret language selection menu, that's a tongue twister, which provided a foundation for modifying the game to default to English rather than Japanese. There's a link to download the game in the description, so go check it out. It's finally the moment we've all been waiting for. Segathon V starts today. In fact, it's going on right now. It started at 5 a.m. on June 9th and goes all the way till June 11th. With over 75 games and 45 speedrunners, this event is going to be huge. And as I mentioned, it started today. It's happening right now. We covered a bunch of the event in a recent episode, but I wanted to go over the latest edition, Sega World Championship.
Get ready for the Sega World Championship. Friday, June 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern. The battle of the Sega Giants, Cypherin versus JKL.
Players will race to beat a set of mystery games that will change once a specific goal is completed. And this randomized ROM was put together by our very own Estacado. And you can watch it all live on the Sega Crew Twitch channel right now. Seriously, the episode's about to end. There's a little bit more. We have an outro, of course, but wait for the outro. After the outro, go. Go right now. No, don't go right now. Go in a minute. Maybe a minute? Go in 2 minutes just to be safe. Do whatever you want. I'm not your real dad. And that's what we got for you this week. As always, the one thing you can't get back is your time. So thank you so much for spending your time with me. But also, be sure to take some time for yourself. Mental health is very important. And as Mama Ru always says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? I love you all so much. My name is Stuff is Stuff, and this has been episode 40 of Weekly Retro Stuff. But yeah, seriously, stop it. Get out of here. Go. Go to Segathon. Go. Segathon's happening. You're missing out on Sega awesomeness. You gotta keep it hydrated.